Day 148, we are going to have a similar follow-up message to yesterday. Like I was talking about yesterday, we all know what it feels like to walk through difficult seasons of life. What it feels like to walk through the world when it seems so uncertain. To walk through these days when our hearts are heavy and when fear's knocking at your door much louder than faith is speaking to you. Like today, I want to talk about peace and hope, though. And in doing so, what we're going to do is we're going to draw directly from the words that Jesus spoke in John chapter 14, verses 27 and 28. It says, "I am leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give you is a gift the world cannot give. So don't be troubled or afraid. Remember what I told you, I am going away, but I will come back to you again." I am going away, but I will come back to you again. Like, those right there are not just kind words. That is a gift that Jesus is offering us. Like, Jesus doesn't say, hey, try to find some peace. He says, I am going to give you peace. And that's not just any peace, and it's certainly not the kind of peace that the world can't give. It's not temporary peace of a quiet day or a positive moment. This is a supernatural, sustaining, soul-deep peace. And it's a peace that remains even when life is loud and even when life is confusing. Like, the world offers peace depending on circumstances, but Jesus offers peace that transcends any circumstance. And again, I think that's why Jesus says, don't be troubled or afraid, because the kind of peace that he gives, it's not a kind of peace that's found after the storm. It's peace that is found amidst the storm. So the motivational quote, non-biblical quote side, because I always say I love quotes. I love life quotes. It's going to be a quote that's actually very aligned with Scripture. It says this: God never promised a life without storms, but he promised to be with you in the midst of them. God never promised a life without storms. He promised to be with you in the midst of them. Again, I think that's exactly what Jesus was saying to his disciples in John chapter 14. Like, he was preparing them for hardship. He was preparing them for confusion. He was preparing them for loss. Because Jesus was about to go to the cross. And instead of panicking, he offered peace. And instead of abandoning the disciples, he promised, I will come back to you again. Like, the storm and the difficult circumstances in our life, that can feel very real. But more than that, so is his presence. And I love this, but like, when you know who is in the boat with you, the waves lose their power. We talked about Matthew, I believe it was chapter 14, verses 22 through 36, where Peter walked on water. And he had good intentions and he was trusting Jesus. And then the waves and the wind came and he panicked. If you just trust who is with you, if you have your eyes set on Jesus, you can have peace amidst the storm. And I came across this. I thought it was very profound. It says, sometimes we ask God, why haven't you calmed this storm yet? But like, maybe he's more interested in calming you amidst the storm. Like, there's a lot of growth in that. Again, sometimes people may ask God, why haven't you calmed this storm in my life? Maybe he's a little bit more interested in calming you amidst the storm. It will really, if you do that, it builds this foundation of sustained growth because you are trusting in him. You are trusting in him and his provision over your own wishes and needs and wants. It says here, peace is not found in the absence of struggle, but it's found in the presence of Christ. Even when the healing hasn't come yet, even when the answers aren't clear yet, even when the waiting just feels endless and doesn't feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, I think we need to let Jesus speak to us the way he spoke to his disciples. He says, don't let your heart be troubled. And that's not just comfort. That's commanded courage. He's commanding them to be courageous. That's an invitation for us to trust the one who holds our future, even when our present feels so uncertain. So I think we just all need reminded that, like, we, again, talk about chosen and unchosen suffering in the past videos. It's like we might not always get to choose the storm that we are or aren't in, but we do get to choose our anchor. Our anchor is Jesus. And again, Jesus, he's not just one who calms the waves. He walks on them. And he's not the one that just says, I'm giving you peace, not like the world gives. Excuse me, he is the one that says, I'm giving you peace, not like the world gives, but I'm giving you my peace. So if we feel today like our heart's troubled or if fear is trying to take hold of us, we need to hear his voice in our life. And again, that voice says, don't be afraid. I am with you. I'll return to you, and you are never alone. We need to let that promise quiet our soul and strengthen our spirit, because even in the storm, through him we can be at peace. And that's day 148.